Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Marquis Mayhem, and your wish has been granted. April is back because I'm finally home, as you can see. So we're going to talk about The Bachelorette. Woo! It's week 6 and we went to Geneva. How are we feeling about Geneva?
Geneva was so beautiful.
Didn't I say I was looking at the title and I was like, you probably know a lot of Genevas actually. Like, people named Geneva?
And
random.
Yeah, I immediately started to name them. First and last name.
Shout out to all the Genevas out there. I know there's a couple watching these reviews. Okay, so when she first walked in to introduce the setup of the scene, did she not walk in looking like a black Diane Keaton in the sweater?
Yes,
palazzo pants,
I love
all
that.
White. You said you had the shirt.
Yeah, I have the shirt. She looked really cute. I like that. That was cute.
I thought it was cute, and then I was so thoroughly excited and happy that there was no rose ceremonies this week because they have drained me to capacity with the amount of rose ceremonies we've had up to this point. So to see that there wasn't going to be any this week made me really happy.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
But then,
it was surprising though.
I mean, but then it was like dun 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 dun. That means there's only 4 roses and 3 dates, 3 single dates, and then 1 group of a 3-date, which is just... A 3-on-1 is never a good time.
Never. I don't even know why did they think of that like that. That was so.
I feel like the episode was long enough where we could have probably done 4 single dates and then like a 2-on-1, but that's just me.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm also not a producer, so I didn't make that decision. No surprise who the first single date goes to.
Right.
Brian. She is literally obsessed. When I say obsessed with Brian, and I get it, but now that we're starting to get to the end and I've heard some things and I'm seeing some things, I don't really know. What are your opinions?
I just think he's there for his own purpose, really. I really do. It's going to be disappointing if he turns out to be that guy that I think he is. And she's so far into him that
like literally she glows when she's with him.
She don't glow. She sparkle and float at the same time.
So she's a vampire.
We're gonna get to that too.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, she's so gone about him, and I'm like, tone it down.
And then what did they do on their date? Oh, they went to go get the watches, and she was like, "Yeah, pick out a watch. What do you like,
I'm buying now.
I'm buying," and I was like,
"Oh, that's
skirt.
too much. That's too much right now."
First of all, she was not buying. You can let him think that you're buying it, but ABC last time I shot,
it is still
the check for
it. At the end of the day, she still purchased that watch for him.
That is, she went through the motion of like, I'm gonna buy you a watch, babe, because I got this.
Yeah. Like, what were you trying to show him?
Isn't there a thing though when you buy a guy a watch? Is like the time is running up and they're gonna leave you.
Oh, kind of like the shoe thing that my grandmother used to say about
What did she say?
I can't remember. It was something about the shoes.
If you buy shoes, he's going to walk out your life.
Exactly. It's something.
Buy a watch, time is up. So I don't really think it was a good idea that she bought him a watch.
I was shocked that she did, but she kind of showed herself in a different light when she did that, because that was kind of so pressed to me.
Ooh.
That was really pressed. And I mean, it was really pressed, station.
Yeah, I would not buy a guy that I've known for 6 weeks.
That's why he kept saying, really?
Swiss
seriously?
watch. And those are expensive.
Yeah.
Swiss watch. I can't say watch.
Yeah.
Those are really expensive.
So.
Anyways, I said Brian feels blessed. That's great. He said he felt blessed, and I was like, oh, that's really cute. But then it's like, are you genuine?
I don't think so. I don't believe it. And I told you that in the beginning, didn't I?
Yeah.
I shared that with you. I said, I don't believe him. I just don't.
Just now we're getting so into the nitty gritty. Like everything I see him say, I'm just kind of like micro-analyzing it. And I'm like, is this genuine?
I don't believe it.
I don't know.
But who am I? She seems to believe it. She's bought.
Oh, she's bought. She's like, every time I'm with him, she's like, every time I'm with him, it's a fairy tale, and this is why I think he's too good to be true. Well, now I'm thinking, sis, it might be too good to be true.
Yeah, you said it. You said it.
At first I was like, oh, don't say that, Rachel, because you're really like pushing him away and blah, blah, blah. But now I'm like, I'm just going to tell you, someone DM'd me and said that they think, I don't know how true this is because obviously I don't work on the show, but they think that she chose Brian and now he's trying to renege on the engagement. And if that's true.
If it's true, I'm not shocked.
I'm shocked.
Because I saw that coming in the beginning. I shared with Marky. I said, I don't trust him. I don't believe him. You know.
I don't want to believe that's true, but like it just really skews my my thoughts on Brian currently.
Yeah.
Just saying. Yeah, and then just the overall theme of the date was just making out, and I kind of got over it.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That's all they did.
It was a lot.
Did they even talk?
Well, she wouldn't talk. She don't need to with him because she's so smitten.
Body language.
Yeah, she's so smitten that it doesn't. Let's make out. Just the whole thing. Let's do that. Let's do it.
Wasn't a fan of all the making out. Just saying. So Matt and Adam, I'm sorry. I bet they're really nice guys, but they're so irrelevant.
Yeah, I was like, who? What? They're here?
Yeah, you were like, wait, who are these people?
Right,
It got to the point. It was like, wait.
Did I miss something?
And I was like, no, you didn't miss. They've been here all along. It's just random. And then they're like, oh, I really want to have this moment with Rachel. I know if I get this one-on-one with her, that it's going to take us to the next level. And it's like, you had 6 weeks to take it to the next level.
It's over.
You're waiting till the last, literally the last
to get
second
it in. No.
To take it to the next level.
Yeah, I think she forgot about him as well.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Dean got the next single date.
Right.
Great.
Like you knew.
Like, whoa,
like you knew.
shocker.
In order.
Dean got a second date. Oh
in that order.
Right, the order goes.
Yeah.
Brian, Dean, Peter. Okay. Here's the thing. He was so adamant about, he kind of to me didn't feel like he wanted the single date because he was scared about, because the next episode is going to be hometowns.
Right.
And he was adamant, like, I don't know if I want to take her home. And all the while, like, I was like, why you don't want to take her home? Like, what is the big deal? Like, what? I don't know. That whole date was a little bit weird to me anyways.
He was embarrassed.
Yeah.
Of his family. You know, his dad.
Yeah, we come to find that he said that his dad really didn't flip the switch to being more of a like
a father.
Compassionate father when his mom died, which is understandable. But here's the thing, me personally, I would rather you be like, I'm uncomfortable with you coming home because I don't really like my family dynamic. Simple as that. Him doing that awkward laugh like 3 million times during the day. It was cute.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
No.
It wasn't cute.
It was annoying. And I'm sitting there thinking, get to the point. Like, you think this is funny? Like, why is everything like, in my mind, I'm thinking that I would have said it to him. And she finally did. Like, this is not funny. You know what I'm saying? Why are you laughing? Like, it's not. Like, say it. How old is he?
25.
25? He's old enough to say, I do not like.
And here's the thing, there's so many people who have messed up homes. It's not an uncommon thing.
No, and he rose above that thus far.
Yeah.
And you're on this show vying for Rachel. Come clean. I mean, really? This is 2017.
To me, when he keeps saying like, I don't want to do this, it's pushing her away, and you can see that Rachel is like trying to like suck it out of him. But like as a woman, you shouldn't have to do it that hard. Like he should be like, hey, this is the situation, A, B, and C.
Yeah.
You're either gonna take it or leave it, and you gotta respect him for being like that. So it kind of made me lose a little bit of respect for him because he was just being so childish about the situation. To be honest,
and he's 25, so.
Childish, okay.
Okay.
But that date to me, I didn't like the date. They went to church, first of all. Nothing wrong with church. No. I go to church. But the fact that they went to a Catholic French
mass. And what did I ask you? I said, did I miss it? Is she Catholic?
And I'm like, Mom, she's Baptist like us. Like,
okay.
She's from Texas, okay? They're doing the big churches there. She's not Catholic, nor do either one of them know how to speak French. Yeah. I do.
She asked that question. Yeah, she did ask that. She did ask that question. I was confused there. I'm like, okay.
Does he look like he know how to speak French?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
All he knows how to do is.
I wouldn't classify that as a date at all.
That was a mess. And then that was another date where it was like, let's just make out, and I'm like. What are you learning through making out with somebody constantly? Please let me know in the comments below, what have you learned from your date?
But the fact,
was kiss.
Call me old school, but the fact that she makes out with everyone is too much for me.
So you only want her to make out with like one or two?
Pretty much. It's just the continuous.
And then, if you noticed it, Dean snuck that tongue in so like it was like a wave.
It was that was his relief tongue. He was relieved. Did you see that? How it was like, yes,
a relief tongue.
Yes, he was like, yes, I can sock it to her now. I can do it. You know.
All in all, the date was trash to me, and his attitude was a little bit trash to me as well. It's because I feel like he may have thought Rachel was going to judge him due to the fact that Rachel comes from a really like strong upbringing, like family is like this, but she has no right to judge anybody. So.
I don't think she would have. I mean, I don't think that's her personality. But that was his perception. He was afraid. Yeah, he's 25.
Tell me that.
You know, he's 25, so, you know. But I'm glad that he was able to say what he needed to say finally.
I'm definitely waiting for it to see this hometown because that clip
that's going to be a mess.
Was a little messy.
That was a mess.
But we're going to say that for the end. So on to our next single date. Not surprising. Peter. Mm-hmm. Okay, you said something that you that we've been talking basically about from the beginning of this series, that you just think that Rachel has an affinity for
the white guys. Yeah, sure, she does.
And you can kind of see Eric taking it really hard a little bit.
Yeah, and I believe that's I believe that's the environment
that she grew up
in.
Yeah, private school, private school all her life, probably with only like 100 or 200 people.
And, you know, it's just, I believe it's just her environment. I don't deem her.
But she said that she dated only black guys up to this point.
Okay, but I don't even get races out of Rachel.
No, I'm not saying
no, I know you're not. I'm saying I don't get that at all. I just think that's her preference and that's what she like, and more power to her. Hey, whatever.
I don't know. I just feel like at this point you can definitely feel that Eric is feeling some type of way.
And I think he should.
Is the only black person.
I think he should. And can I say what I really felt about that? I felt like it was not even Rachel's doing. I felt like it was the production. I feel like the producers were like, we have to keep this one black guy on here because Rach, we don't really want it to look like we're suspect because we're really not. Because it's her choice, but I think they came in and told her, you pick one.
You gotta
pick one. You gotta have one. We gotta keep one because these are views that we're getting. You know what I'm saying? And so, if I gotta pick anybody, well, let me just keep Eric on here. Let me do that.
I really like Eric.
I like Eric. I think, yes, I would like Eric for you.
Oh my gosh, Mom, please stop.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Jesus. Okay. I gotta find out where I left off in my notes.
That threw you, didn't it?
Okay, so Peter and Rachel, they went to the peak of a mountain, why do they keep putting her in these cold dates that you gotta put on 3,000 layers?
I thought it was ridiculous that he had no hat on.
He didn't have no hat.
And then this side of his hair he was like frostbitten, so to speak. I said, he's freezing. It's turning into ice. His hair is like...
You couldn't see. It was just a sheet of white all around. I don't think that's romantic to me.
It wasn't.
It's kind of scary.
They think of some crazy stuff.
ABC is like, oh, this sounds like a perfect romantic date, being in the middle of a peak with snow.
You can't even see.
It's about 2 degrees below. And I'm like, hypothermia much?
Yeah.
When Rachel was literally already sick like 2 weeks ago. So I just feel like they just want her to keep being sick. Like ABC's secret agenda.
Ridiculous stuff. It's just...
Okay, so here's my thing. Peter. He, to me, feels like Dean, very flippant.
Oh my God, flip-flop.
And I say this because he's the type of guy who is getting jealous because she's going out on dates with other people, acting like he didn't know that he was on a reality competition.
With 40 other people.
So to speak, to date one girl. And he's like, when you go on other dates or when you do something, he said to the whatever... to that, he said, I don't know if I want to be here, if I want to go home.
He did. Now that was that was the ultimate red flag to me. I don't know if I want to be here. Like, you just now figuring that out right now?
Week 6.
Like right now? I'm like, oh God. Okay.
I don't know. That to me is kind of a little bit of a cop-out too.
It was a cop-out.
You know what to expect.
Yeah.
And like, you know that you should rely on that like strong connection that you two have.
Mm-hmm.
So you shouldn't be like, oh, I should just go home now. Like, no, if you're in it to win it, then keep going. Like, thoughts like that shouldn't be in your head.
Well, that's what he was thinking, that I can say these things now because that's going to cover just in case I don't get to stay, you know. So I'm going to just go ahead and, you know, sometimes I just feel like really leaving.
Yeah. And then a point, skipping to when they had dinner, the fact that he said, well, let me get my thoughts together, y'all. Okay, so he was talking about his last relationship and that he basically bailed out on her. Mm-hmm. Kind of like how I'm saying he's very flippant. He said there was really nothing wrong with the relationship except for the girl
not bonding with his mother.
Oh, you had some thoughts on that.
I have, yeah.
What?
Okay, I was confused because Rachel should have thought right then, well, me bonding, this woman not bonding with your mother, why? Why did she not bond? Where's the rest of the story?
Yeah, he said that
because he left it flatline.
They broke up because they didn't compromise
with his mom. Okay, I have to compromise with your mother.
Why?
For us, I would love,
especially if you're just
to get along with the family. Really, but so me getting along with your mom is going to determine from you whether or not you're going to keep me around. Okay. And so he got rid of her. So Rachel needs to think about that and know that same thing applies.
He's a mama's boy.
Yeah, he's that way. And mama's boys,
those are hard to break.
No way, Jose. No. Mm-mm.
He talked about what?
No, I just thought about it when the Lord said, leave and cleave.
Right.
Leave and cleave.
Peter can leave and cleave.
Yeah, so no, Rachel.
Especially after that clip. I'm going to just give y'all a little exclusive clip that y'all saw too. That his mom said that she doesn't really know if he's ready to be engaged. Is it because he's not ready to leave and cleave?
And because she didn't want him. She don't want him to. She's like, yeah, right. Inquiry minds would like to know.
We would like to know.
Because there's more story. I wanted him to really break down and say, I wanted Rachel to say, well, why? What happened?
I feel like there's so many moments,
there's so many moments
with all these different type of guys when they give you like this little tip of the tea and Rachel doesn't ask the why questions.
No, never.
This is the perfect time to ask, sis. You're trying to get engaged to somebody and you're not asking the whys.
Yeah, why?
No one's asking you to be freaking, I don't even know, Harriet the Spy. But come on, ask obvious questions. And I just feel like she's like, I just think, he opens up and I feel like it's just so great. And I'm just like, And I'm like, Rachel, don't be that guy.
She needs to ask those questions. They're very pertinent. Ask the questions so you will know. And she has not done that yet.
And then Peter was like, yeah, I packed up my stuff and I drove off because I couldn't give her all of me.
Yeah.
Red flag. Whoa. Red flag on the play. Whoa. Red flag on the play. Red flag.
Yeah. But you know what I said? I said, well, at least he's being honest. He's telling her up front that.
I'm not mad at that part.
Hey, so now you take that and stir that up a little bit.
Do what you want to do with the fact that I could not give my ex all of me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was another. Why?
And then the phrase that threw me for a loop was that he feels like they're along the path.
They're along the path.
To falling in love.
Along the path. So where do we go after this if she chose him? So at what point will he get on
that he's fallen in love with her. I just didn't like that. To me, it's like you're either Because when you tell somebody that you're falling in love with them, that's like the first baby step. It's not even that big of a step to be like, hey, oh my gosh. It's not like you're saying, I love you. You're saying, I'm falling in love to you. To me, that phrase already means that you're along the path. To cop out again and say, we're along the lines of the path to falling in love, that's just too much.
Yeah, we're along the lines of the path.
And see, that's when you're playing me like I'm stupid.
Yeah.
And Rachel, I just feel like Rachel doesn't pick up on those cues.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
The libations. I think
she did have a goblet of wine.
Yeah, she drinks and she gets clouded. And then everything started getting woozy. And you see how she looked when she goes.
What, can you do that today?
She's trying to focus. I just don't like that. I just feel like you need to be completely sober when you're trying to
so she need to be
have someone to be your husband. You want to be aware. And she doesn't ask the right questions. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, it's a show.
And then, did you notice at one point Adam was like, I really honestly feel that we have the strongest connection here in the house. Where? How? When?
He's looking silly.
I don't even want to like put too much onto this, but him saying that really confused me. So, lastly, we got to our 3-on-1 day, and that included Adam, Matt, and Eric. And I was very unhappy because I feel like Eric should have got a single date.
Yeah, he should have.
That's just me.
But remember, I believe Eric was kept
to be the token
by production, not Rachel. I do not believe that Rachel would have kept.
I think she does like him in
No,
some capacity.
I'm not saying that she doesn't like. Rachel seems to be a nice person, and she probably would be a great friend to him. But for her man, her husband, no, absolutely not. And I think he would have been gone. If it was left up to Rachel, I believe that everyone there would be the same. I'm just saying. Really. Yeah, I believe production.
Shade queen.
Yes, I believe production kept him on. They came, we're talking about people making money here. They're like, hey, look, our ratings, we're going to need, pick. You're going to need to pick one of them. One has to stay. We can't do that. Yeah, so.
All right. So the first person to get eliminated was Matt. And we were a little shook for a second because the way she was talking to him seemed like she wanted to keep him. She was like, we're so the same. Right. We're so in sync. And I just really think and this and that. And I was like, are you about to blow me and tell me that you're not keeping Eric?
Yeah, we were.
We were like about to be so upset because I genuinely thought she was going to be mad.
I literally picked my phone up because I was like, I can't watch it. I don't want to see that because if she sends him home, I'm like, whatever. You know what? It's a wrap for me. And then all of a sudden, what happened?
She's like, I had to send you home. I'm so sorry.
And what do we do?
Thank you, Jesus. Literally, we're like,
yes. I mean, even for production's sake. Thank you.
Literally, Trey is like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, what?
Matt was sent home. Not saying that I was happy that Matt was sent home.
No.
He seemed like a genuinely nice guy.
Yeah, he really did.
But what did you say? You don't think he's ever going to try and date a black girl again?
Oh, no.
He's scarred. Rachel scarred him, so.
And see, here's the thing. Like, I would really want to know if all the white guys ever dated a black girl.
Yeah, we talked about this. Like, me personally.
Or is this their first time? So we're just going to, I'm a volunteer. Oh, let me go see what it's about. Let me see what it's like.
So what I was saying was, a question that I always ask if I'm dating someone out of my race is like, have you ever dated somebody that's African American? Because you don't want it to be like, oh, this is a phase and I'm just kind of like testing the waters. Exactly. You want to know that someone is serious and not seeing or trying to like fetishize you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree. Yeah. I was curious to know how many that are on the show.
I feel like none. Most of them have said they've never dated. Peter's never dated a black girl. Brian's never dated a black girl. Dean's never dated a black girl. Madam or At never dated a
So this is just a random act of I'm curious.
They saw her on the show and they were like, wow, she's a catch.
Okay.
Okay. Just Rachel crying after she didn't give Matt a rose. That was just too much for me. She was just like,
I know. She was being really extra. What's that line? Yeah.
Oh. And then there's nothing really that I have to say about Adam is that I don't know why he thought that she was really gonna like go home with him. Although though, she was hyping him up a little bit. She was like, I might want to really give him this rose so I can see what else he has to offer.
Yeah,
I want to see more. And I'm like, what more do you need to see, honey? Like, I'm sorry. If you're an Adam fan, he seems like a really nice guy, but he's just not attractive. Seems kind of a little like
I don't know.
boy ditzy.
You think?
A little bit.
Okay.
And I don't know, just not somebody that I personally would be like, that's husband right there.
Well, she didn't think that either, so she said bye-bye.
Bye, 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 bye. Thank you, Jesus. She picked Eric to get the rose. But let's talk about how shook Rachel was when he was talking about his home. She was like, yeah, I basically grew up in the area where, like, you know, dad was on drugs, uncles and other people, they were selling drugs, doing drugs.
You see, he didn't hesitate.
No, he didn't at all.
He came clean from the word go. Let me tell you about my family. Love them dearly, but this is what is going on in my family.
Rachel a little bit was just like, so yeah, I definitely was very happy with him being up front. Unlike some people, Dean. It was, how hard was it? Like, he comes from like a very tough background, but he was very like, hey, this is what's up. This is what you should expect. But I really want you to meet my family because there's a lot of people that I care about and I think they would really like you.
Yeah.
How hard? How hard? He's just so real and I'm just like, Eric.
Yeah. Eric pulled himself up from that environment and still loved on them.
Yes.
And they're still his family.
He should.
Yes, and he was honest, and you can't, I'm glad. I was happy that, just tell the truth. Tell the truth.
And to talk about the preview of next week's Hometown, first of all, I'm a little shook by Dean's dad because he seems very eccentric. What even was the house that they were living with? I was also a little shook by the area that Eric lived in, and then Peter's mom saying that she doesn't think he's ready to be engaged, and then Brian leaving the table, and then her sister saying that she doesn't think that the words he's saying are genuine.
Thank you, sister.
Everything in that preview clip has me shook.
I'm so excited to hear the sister. Just saying.
I just really think the true colors and a lot of like
it's about to come down.
Underlying
it's coming.
About to like bubble up over, and we're really gonna see people who they really are at this point.
Everybody's crying at that point.
Literally, everybody is like,
men. You know,
it's just a big old cry fest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited for next week's episode. I'd give tonight's episode, yesterday's episode, like a 8 out of 10. It was pretty good, but it's also like meh at the same time.
I'll give it a C+.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and we cannot wait to talk about them hometowns because it's about to get real.
Yeah.
So if you
going down, it's going down.
If you want to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, and all that things, follow me at Marquis Mayhem. I'm gonna put it right here, I think. And then if you want to follow her on Instagram, Hair Biz. Follow her. We're cool, we're fun, we're lit, and it's free. So anyways, bye guys.
Bye-bye.